pulling up to this facility was just beautiful, just amazing. The vineyard is where we backed up to park. As you can see, the view is absolutely stunning, beautiful. Everything's so neat, clean, and taken care of. My choice of wine, this sweet blush. My eagle shot, catching the catfish. The food was outstanding, great portions, tasted amazing, and sweet dessert, just perfect for the end of the day. And this is our rig, parked up on the hill with the vineyard behind us.
Welcome to Sips, Trips, and Adventures. This is Lisa and Matt. Yes, I know. We always forget to introduce ourselves. Lisa, Matt, and we are...
Yeah, no, I'm not Matt.
We are out gallivanting around. We just picked up our new camper. So what does that mean? Big rig.
Well, it's actually not big.
What does that mean?
Big for us.
It means that we have to go out and sample wine someplace because that's what we do.
Here I am, just sipping on some wine.
So we have experienced 2 harvest hosts today, and presently we are at Bohemia Manor Farm at Chateau. And I really hope I said that correctly for the Chateau. It is simply an amazing venue.
Yes. When I contacted them, it was last week, so it was the week they had a week's notice. We had a big open spot. We did park next to somebody else. We go during the weekdays, remember, so weekends might be a little bit tougher. We've never had a problem during the week. The place here is beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So you are literally right on the banks of the Bohemia River, which eventually goes into the Delaware River and then into the Atlantic. The vista that we will show you in pictures and in video is just amazing. The vineyard is literally right on the banks, coming up from the water all the way up to a pavilion. They do weddings here and such. Parties, graduations. It is. We're actually sitting under the pavilion right now at one of the tables.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful setting.
The vines are everywhere around us, and the water's right behind us. If you can see it, I'm not too sure. We had a bad storm last night that was absolutely beautiful to sleep to. The wine, they didn't have wine testing due to COVID, but tasting due to COVID, but we did buy a bottle of wine each.
Right.
Matt enjoyed his.
Yep. They had a sweet rosé for Lisa. They were phenomenal. I had a Cabernet Sauvignon Merlot mix, which was very, very, very tasty. We also ate here.
Yes. So one of the things that we are ill prepared for, we bring snacks and stuff, but we don't necessarily bring meals, and we don't cook in our RV. So I usually, if I do anything, I pre-make something, and
we didn't
this time. We were really ill prepared.
We were more focused on getting our new camper.
So when we get here, I remember seeing, when I looked up this site, how beautiful it was, first off, and the great reviews from a lot of people. I also saw that they had food, that they offered some food, and our host was amazing. He came out with an amazing sweet turkey sandwich for me with some chips, hummus that he made that was amazing. I think he said it had basil in it and balsamic on it. It was so good with all the fresh vegetables. And then you had a little spicy ham sandwich with
spicy ham and Swiss. So it was sweet and spicy ham and Swiss.
Yeah.
I don't know what made it that way, but let me tell you, it was phenomenal. Went right down.
He was an amazing host. There was other parties here. It was a little bit busy, but not jam-packed.
People setting up weddings. There was at least two groups setting up
weddings and stuff. So they're going to be busy. And a bonus plus, if you follow us, please do follow us. But if you follow us, you know that I love doing wildlife photography.
Yes.
So we're sitting outside before the rainstorm, underneath this beautiful. What is that called? Where they do the wood slats?
It's like an arbor.
Yeah, something like that. But it's not like a... Well, anyway. It's beautiful underneath there. And the sun was setting right there. Beautiful.
Over the water. Yep.
And I'm watching these turkey vultures, and I'm like, yeah, they're big birds. So they're fascinating. But then I'm like, hun, does this one have a white head and white tail?
Right.
It did. Guess what it was?
It was a bald eagle. American bald eagle.
So there was 2 of them flying around. I got pictures of them flying down into the river, catching a catfish, coming up out of the water with it.
Yep, it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I was in heaven.
Yep.
So he sat alone for probably a couple of hours, and then the
blissful.
storm hit. So
Oh, sorry. I didn't. I mean, I just. It was. Yeah.
you
okay.
know,
So
he loves me way too much.
So the good news is I don't now have to go to Alaska.
No, that's not true. No, they're
because
different. They're
she
different
got-
size eagles. They're totally different size. We are going to Alaska and hopefully RVing it.
Here we go.
It would be a drive.
Yeah, it would be a drive. Maybe that's a retirement trip. Maybe that's a retirement.
But yeah, I was stoked. I totally was down there.
Sorry. You have to wipe that whole video because that alarm. So the Chateau Boudet at Bohemia Manor Farm gets a 10 plus. They also had glasses for us to buy and break.
Yes, yes.
So that always
Buy
gives
and
them a
break.
10
I
plus.
like how you add that in
It's
there.
just what we're gonna do, you know.
Yeah.
We had great times, great wine, harvest toast,
Another success.
another success.
Yeah.
I can't wait to explain, mostly through pictures, our other harvest host that we went to. That was not a wine harvest host, but stay tuned for next channel for an interesting science lesson, because we really went to an agricultural science project and it was phenomenal.
That was interesting. He wasn't on board, but
I loved
he
it.
jumped
after.
right on.
I jumped it
after we were there.
So thanks for coming for Sips,
Please,
Trips, and Adventures.
You know, like and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, hit the buttons, and all that sort of stuff. Thank you very much.
We were sitting underneath this tent to record our video.